like swimwear.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
How long has it been since our last live?
Shoot, the last time we went live was 2022.
Wow. So it's been almost 3 years, just about.
Yeah. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, why don't you go first and introduce both on the channels, and then I'll do the same thing, and then we'll kick it off and do all of that.
Okay, let's do that. Let me pull up my chat. All right, chat full. What's up, Monique? What's up, Spice Lover? Hey, you guys. Okay, so for all my YouTube viewers, we have the lovely soul Empress herself. She is a psychic, a medium, a Reiki master Reiki healer. She also specializes in um candle magic. How do you say it? Can you say it
I'm a
for me?
Capricorn.
Mm,
So I do like herbs, soaps, and the like. And I think my main house though is manifestation coaching. So
and she's amazing. So we've known each other for it's been what I say 2020,
I think so. Yeah, I think we both
2020.
came in around the same.
Yeah.
We're both Tauruses.
Yes.
We have some similar placements, and I always refer Tequila as my fifth star
Hmm.
because I think that we have similar insights in certain areas. So it's always a good time when we get together. Hey Mac, hey everybody, and I'm just so glad that you reached out and you wanted to have another one. I think it's great. What's good, Shaquana Douglas, and all my viewers. This is Talk Tequila. This is my sister from another mother. Okay, and like I said, we're both Tauruses. We both came on to the online scene around the same time, and we really resonated with each other, and we follow each other. So that should tell you what you need to know about the situation.
So please go over to Lovely Soul Empress if you are on YouTube or TikTok. Check her out. She's the truth. She's read for me many times, and she always tells me what I need to hear so I can continue being of service and express my gifts to the rest of the world. Like I said, she's a Taurus as well. Okay. So today's live is all about new beginnings, right? The spring equinox. This is kind of like the new year. She specializes in astrology. I'm not an astrologist. So this is a treat for you guys. I really wanted you guys to bring something fresh, bring someone that specializes in so many different areas to bring some insight in so many ways. So feel free to engage in the conversation. Um, she'll explain what the spring equinox is. And then from there, we'll jump into, we're going to do all signs. Okay. So pretty much my TikTok's doing something wonky. Hold on. So pretty much anything that the spring equinox is bringing in that you can expect. Right. And this channel is all about connecting with your soul and living your highest timeline, your highest vibration. That's the intention on ttcalling. So definitely it will benefit you, whatever you get from today's reading. No matter the sign that it comes through, you are more than your sun sign. So whether you have Leo, Aries, whatever, in any placements in your chart, take advantage of if the message calls to you, relinquish the expectation of what that sun sign is. There can still be a message for you even in other placements. Okay, for those that are new to how energy works. Okay, so go ahead, take it off with the spring equinox for us.
So, following up before I talk about the spring equinox, following up with what you were saying, Okay. We all have all aspects of the 12 signs. Most importantly is your big three, sun, moon, and rising. I feel it's very underrated. People don't pay attention to their North Node. That's an 18-month cycle that I promise you that's what your life is about at that moment. Okay. So if you're not listening to your North Node, what are you doing with your life? Okay. So that's that's one whole thing because that's gonna be like an extended theme for you. Okay, so there's that. Now with spring equinox, that is the real new year. So back in December when y'all was setting your intentions in the season of the dead and the leaves was falling and right, and you were having trouble manifesting those things because things are dying. That's the season to let things go. If you want to manifest new, that's now. Okay, because this is the new year. So this is New Year's Eve, my loves. This is what we're on today. Okay, so this is where the spring comes and the seeds start to break through, right? This is Empress energy, right? So she's okay. Somebody in your get some second bat says, okay, wait, the one on the left with the glasses on has Egyptian. So he's talking about you, my love, with the glasses on your head.
Okay, get some. Clock
Okay.
that.
But yeah, okay. So like I was saying, that when you see the Empress, what is her for the Tauruses? Because I hear there's a lot of Tauruses over here, right?
Yes.
And you planting seeds, right? You need Aries to come first.
Mhm.
Aries has to come first because Aries is the magician. So he has the thought, right? And then the Empress gives birth to it. So you can't really have Taurus without Aries, without the action that is taken. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be getting into today. So right now is the seeds that you are planting. What are your intentions for the, listen, here's another little tidbit. People look at the year and they say what I want to accomplish this year.
Mhm.
Billionaires do it by 3 months,
Mhm.
by quarters.
Yes.
Clock that. Okay?
Mhm.
So they get hell of a lot more because 1 year to them looks like four.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay? So set out your intentions for the next 3 months. Knock them shits down. And
Yes.
then when it's coming to summertime, set your next 3 months. And you will see that that is moving along more efficiently.
Yeah, I always say 369 and quarters, right? A good four of those, and you got yourself a buck,
You sure
and you
do.
could do a lot with that. So if anyone has ever, if y'all are not new to the channel, okay, um, there's a lot of gems that's given on this channel. There's a lot of hidden knowledge that spirit is actually channeling through me on a regular. It's not nothing I read in books. It's not nothing that I research. It's all intuitive. Okay. And that's why I brought Lovely in, because Lovely does the same thing that I do. She is spirit led, and I really value people that don't just read the cards, but they're spirit led. They know how to intuit. They know how to give premonitions. They know how to tell you what your spirit needs to hear, not for comfort. I've never been a reader for comfort or fluff. If you know me, I will cuss you out in a heartbeat, and I will love you like the auntie you never had. But this is so important right now that spirit is testing each and every single one of us to see if we're willing to let go of our attachment to labels, titles, names, expectations. This is very big for Taurus. And because I love you, I needed to go get reinforcements, right? Because I love you, right? I was telling Lovey, listen, I'm ready to me, my North Node, I'm gonna let you know, is in Aquarius.
Me
It's my
too.
purpose to detach.
I'm
I
trying to
will
tell
not
you.
hold your hand and I will not coddle you. But because I love you, I'm coming here to tell you now is not the time to play small. Now is not the time to sleep on your intentions, to sleep on yourselves. The next year, the next 4 quarters is about to look totally different for the world. It's about to shake some shit up. I've been getting a lot of messages through shorts as
Hmm.
confirmations of my dreams. And I've been seeing a lot of chalk crushing. And it's been coming to me a lot. And as soothing as it sounds, because we are the demolition, we are the ones that break down what no longer works so we can build a new reality, a new day, a new world. So we're the ones that lay down the brick and the foundation that bridges those gaps between multiple paradigms, multiple dimensions. And in order for us to do that, we have to allow what no longer works to fall away. We have to be able to hear the voice of the Holy Spirit within. We have to be able to lead and not follow. If we do not, we will be washed up and you won't be on the ark.
Hmm.
So,
You
like
know,
Noah, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to say, a flood is coming. Metaphorically, spiritually, symbolically, allegorically, in 10 different ways you can write it. A storm, a flood is coming, and there will be a washing. Aquarius will bring the water, and you will bear it, and you will either be on the ship or taken by the current.
so I have been trying to tell my followers that
Mm-hmm.
every 18 months the North Node moves, and that North Node is telling you what's the theme for the 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was in Taurus and Scorpio in 2023, for all the Tauruses in the house, right? We was experiencing, I mean, everybody was, right? But we were
Mm-hmm.
experiencing what you value versus what had died again.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went into the season of Aries and Libra when it was saying, okay, now that I know what I value, what do I have to build in myself to achieve that? And what relationships have to die to do it? So we
Mm-hmm.
just finished that shit
Mm-hmm.
right? And now it's going into Pisces and Virgo, right? While all that shit was happening, what didn't I see? What enemies are still with me? And what ways have I been too critical of myself, or have I been missing important information so that I can go into what? The age of Aquarius. Because the next one after this one is Aquarius. Meaning that after these 18 months, when you're saying a year, it's really 18 months, because when
Mm-hmm.
we get into 18 months of Aquarius North Node, we will fully be in the age of Aquarius. And there won't
Mm-hmm.
be no half stepping. And everything that you see now will not be. Everything that you see now will not be. The last time that North Node was in Aquarius with Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, we had 5 revolutions. Not kidding. Okay?
Mm.
So the whole system is getting torn down, exactly like you said. And there will be a washing, but it might be with wind.
Yeah, and it's
This
going to be in so many different, I feel like it's so many different ways. It's not just um it's happening in so many different ways, and one thing I like to do on this channel is describe the many different ways, right? Because we're having a crash learning, like a spirit is using a lot of our vessels as channels to give us a crash course on things that have been hidden, things that have not been shared, and we're like the fifth element out here, absorbing all of this information at a rapid speed. And the more we connect with each other and we're willing to say, okay, I had this dream, all the pieces come together and we have a full puzzle. There's a map that is within each and every single one of us. It's a piece of a big map, because we are promised, it is prophesied that we won't be forsaken. We just have to be able to be still enough to receive those messages. And that's what we're about to do right now. Receive those messages, but take it further, right? Compare that with your dreams. Be the intuitive yourselves. Take that further. Look into your own personal lives. Go within about situations and see beyond the people, places, and things, and understand that you're playing a very important role on a cosmic level and even from a will perspective, right? Taurus is a fixed sign. I love fixed placements. Okay. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. I love fixed signs because the one of the things about I like to think of the wheel or all the fixed zodiacs like a black woman. You know why? Because a lot of times a black woman gets a rap that they're the hardest to deal with. They're the hardest to deal with. They're so strong. They're so opinionated, but they love like nobody else.
Right.
Right. And so every zodiac, a part of that wheel of fortune, every zodiac, a part of that world card in the tarot deck, represents the pieces of that love, the pieces that's required to come together to give a full picture of what we bring to the table. And the conversation lately has been, what do you bring to the table? We bring a lot.
I mean, also there's the 12 tribes of Judah. There's
Mm-hmm.
the 12 tribes of, the 12 zodiacs, right? The 12 months. Everything is predicated on this 12, right? So if you're only seeing yourself through one slice of the zodiac, you're really missing a large portion, right? And there's even some astrologers who would say that as you go through the signs, right, those are the lifetimes. And when you've reached Pisces, that you have the wisdom of the zodiac. So in some ways, it's important to explore those other aspects of ourselves.
Yeah. And when I say a black woman, you got to see, y'all have to know me. I'm talking about a consciousness. It's a level of consciousness. It's more because every unique aspect of stubborn energy, fixed energy, it's rooted in something that's not just this lifetime. It's multiple lifetimes. It's interdimensional. And when I go on these adventures and we go into the Akashic and we're looking at so many different aspects, they're telling me, hey, in order to that, you got to go down there and pull out this book. And you got to research this and research that in order to get the whole understanding of why it's important that this pattern is broken this lifetime and how you're benefiting all the other dimensions or timelines that you're experiencing. So, we're going to have a lot of fun over the next couple of events. She won't be the only one. You won't see her just once. Okay, Lovely's going to be back. Okay. And this is what Taurus energy is about. It's abundance. This is what the spirit realm is about. Spirit is abundant. Spirit is fluid. It doesn't like to be restricted. And spirit is like an old grandmother that will put you on timeout if you try to control. I can't control spirit. Can you control spirit?
No,
Well,
I
yeah,
feel
she
like
know how to control spirit to a degree.
I have a pact with spirit.
Okay,
I
what's your reply?
they're gonna communicate with me no matter what. So I
Mm-hmm.
have to put the parameters as to how and when they are, when they have my permission to do.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to add one thing about the age of Aquarius is that, and you and I had talked about it in private when we were on the phone, about
Yeah.
how what it really means is that we are the AI against the OI. And the
Mm-hmm.
original intelligence is what you're referring to as the black mama or the black woman.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? So
Yes.
that original
And
intelligence is
stretching it.
right, is the womb, is the womb,
Yes.
right? The
Yes.
amniotic fluid, the creation, the creatrix, the
Mm-hmm.
empress, right? And then you have artificial intelligence, which is trying to catch up with that. Even if we don't necessarily have access to how ROI operates. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
problem, is that we're trying to get back in touch with our OI because our ancestors were better at that because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
have like the internet and everything that was, blocking out the signals, right?
Yeah.
Um, And so we're doing that, and AI is also trying to recreate that. So I just wanted to add
Yes, cool. So I like that we had a little education part of the reading. Of course, I'm gonna put the timestamps. um, TT, is that your mom or your auntie? No, we are soul sisters. Yeah,
that. I am one.
yes,
So believe that.
we soul sisters. We are sisters in the stars.
So did you want to pull the general? You want me to pull a card? What do you want to do?
Um, I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it. We're gonna let Lovely pull the general energy, and we're gonna go from there. And if there's anything I want to add to it, if I piggyback off you, I'll do that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm using the Earth Warriors Oracle. General energy for the spring equinox this year has to all that are within listening ear that are watching now or later. What is the main energy, the overriding energy, and the concentration that they need to be aware of at this time? Abuela Medicina, the remedy of the grandmothers. We was talking about Big Mama, wasn't we?
Mhm.
Okay. Number
Mhm.
23, which reduces to a 5, and that is the number of change. Believe in the formidable power of healing, of the transformation it can provide for all aspects of your being and your life. Medicine comes from spirit in many forms to facilitate healing of the body, mind, and soul, whether it is the correction of unhelpful habits of thought, guidance for practical steps to resolve a physical imbalance, or deep soul healing that frees you from the fulfillment of your divine potential. There is no limit to what can be healed through grace. A current of divine healing is flowing through you and to you now. Open yourself to participate in a beautiful healing transformation. Being that we're in the Mercury retrograde, anything that you're feeling from outward, 12th house energy, Pisces season, Pisces North Node, that is making you feel uncomfortable and you're feeling agitated with other people, Spirit sends you first.
Mm.
Okay? Because Mercury retrograde says don't go talk to somebody else. Check that within you, because as above, so below, wherever that is, there's an aspect of that you first, in you first. So if you can find that and deal with that first, then you'll be ready to deal with the communication that may or may not have to come from outside of you. I don't know
Dope.
if you piggyback on that.
That is. I feel like that really says. What was the title again? The name of the card?
Abuela Medicina, which is remedy of the grandmothers. So like Big Mama energy.
Yes, Big Mama energy has been coming through a lot. The grandmother, ancestor, the ancient.
And that's 12th house, what's hidden, what you're
Mhm.
not seeing. What remember I was saying that we're in that season of what enemies are still around us. What
Mhm.
like in all the shit that we had to burn down in the last couple of months, what is still like at the table that ain't supposed to be at the table.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull a one energy card and interpret what I get for the general energy before we start. So we have fortune. So y'all know we love money, right? Value, dinero. Okay, TikTok. Let me show you the money. Okay. So chiming in on what she said, what's at the table is either a benefit to your finances or it is a drain to your finances. And it's like having all these Mario coins that's just like jumping out your pocket, and opportunities you could be seizing that isn't being seized. So one of the big things about this table that she's speaking of, a lot of y'all don't want to get the attention that you are meant to attract. And the current energy is asking for you to put yourself in a position where you can receive. Spirit wants to give you what's already yours. You already have it within you, the value, the inheritance. And in this new this what's ushering in for you is an opportunity to receive that. But you have to Leo energy, where the drama is, right? Everybody know there's this energy of like Leo energy. They take up all the attention in the room. They demand it, right? You will acknowledge a Leo energy. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about an energy because that's what it is. It magnetizes like a sunflower, right? And it can feed you or it could drain you. If you give it attention, it could drain you. So let's say the trolls in the comments, or if you guys are on public platforms or you're leaders in your own right, if you allow the negativity to be louder than your own voice and what you know about yourself and what you have within you, it will deplete you. It will take from you and leave you spiritually bankrupt where you don't want to even do it anymore. That's how the energy of fortune works. And on the flip side, if you're in the attention, or you just don't like to be in the public eye, or you don't like to have a lot of eyes on you, that as well is like, hey, come on. Like back in the day, your ancestors used to have to go and sit out in a common area and they had to leave and make something out of nothing. But they're looking at you guys like, you got the telephone, you on the phone all day. When is it gonna generate you some money? When are you gonna be able to pay those bills that you keep asking for? And they're like, hello, pick up the phone. And so what's happening in the current energy is it feels like with fortune in reverse, it's like aware. You know that old school commercial where it's like, what's that commercial where he's talking about going to school? You're sitting there watching the TV, but you don't want to like enroll in school.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
talking about? That's what
yes.
I'm hearing. That old school commercial.
So what's so funny that you brought up Leo, because Mars was in retrograde for like damn near 6 months, and it just came out, right? And it has,
Mm.
where did it originate? In retrograde in Leo, right? It went
Come
all the
on.
way back into Cancer, and now it has to move back as it goes forward into Leo. And I have been telling my followers that happens on April 17th. All this backward motion that we feel like we can't get out from under, that ends after April 17th, guys. Now, I didn't say it was going to be smooth sailing. I just said that the backward energy would be done. And then it may go a lot faster. And
So
it's,
is it almost like a slingshot, like propelling you ahead, like zooming you faster?
ah, okay, so Mars in Leo, right? Like you said, right? Leo wants the attention. So Mars in Leo is a lot of peacocking. I said what I said, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
then he goes into Cancer, and it's like he got thrown out of his woman's house, and he's sitting on the couch, and she's telling him to use coasters, and he's feeling,
Okay. Yes.
okay,
Yes. He don't
you know,
like that
fucking like,
position.
you don't
No, he
like
don't.
that shit. He's feeling fucking, a little passive aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so now he's gonna move forward, okay, and he's gonna go back to where he's gonna peacock again. He's gonna stand on that 10 with Leo. But what's happening across from Leo? Pluto in Aquarius, death and transformation, authority versus artist, yesterday versus tomorrow.
Mm. That's a rock and a hard place right there.
Mhm. So rest up, gang. Everybody's worried about where they're going. Rest is where you're at. Why you think the 92% has been screaming about resting? We're supposed to rest because April 17th is on top. Sorry.
So I think we need to do a when April 17th comes and it's time to get up. We need to do this again.
Oh, girl. Yes, if there's internet.
Okay, if there's internet. All right, so we're gonna jump into that's the current energy. We're gonna jump into we're gonna go Aries to Pisces. Okay, now as we go into Aries to Pisces, we are focusing on the energies, right? But we will get specific about what you can expect as an energy, as we're talking directly to each sign. Okay, so let me start with how you
And
want to
and
do it.
so let me just preface. So if they're not used to listening to different signs, let me give them a preface for how they can do that. Your sun
Okay.
sign is who you are. Your rising sign is who you present or your representative. Like when you meet somebody who they see, that's your rising sign. Okay. And then the way you feel is your moon sign. Okay. But your north node is what's going to be happening right now. Your Venus is how you love, and your Mars is how you fight. Okay. So if you have to rewind that, but at least it will let you know, okay, so I'm beefing with so and so. I need to listen to my Mars sign.
Mm.
I'm trying to get the tea. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling hurt. Listen to your moon sign. Oh, how do they see me? I just met dude. How does he see me? Listen to your rising. I'm trying to
Mm.
tell you the form you love.
Did y'all catch that?
I
Did y'all
hope so.
catch that?
Do I gotta say it real quick again?
Say it one more time so we could
Okay.
just timestamp this correctly.
Okay. Sun sign is who you are at the core. Your rising sign is who people meet and what they see, right? So how they saw you, right? Your moon sign is how you feel the experience that you're having. Your Venus sign is how you love, your method of love. Your Mars sign is how you fight or how you fight for that love, right? That North Node is what you're experiencing right now because your North Node is who you're supposed to be. Okay? So Pluto is going to be how you transform yourself in your lifetime. Listen, if y'all want to know about how to use your astrology shit, give me a follow. You'll learn a lot about that.
I'm telling you, she will have you looking at this thing. Hold on, you said what? Okay,
Right?
like you over here putting salt and pepper in your pot. Like this is it's no game. And then
No,
you really it's really it be telling you the tea. Like if you really want to clock it, spirit's gonna put it in places to make it work for
right. Not only that, but once you get further into it, right? Like you could be like, oh, so every 9 years it flips. Every 18, it's back in the same. Meaning like, oh, it's back in Pisces. Last time 18 years ago in Pisces, I didn't know I was pregnant, and now, oh,
you.
you feel me? Right?
Yes.
So it's that kind of, you gotta, learn the meaning so that when the cycles happen, you already be on game. Okay. And that shit ain't no joke because when it was in Aries last time, I adopted a child. 18 years later, he just graduated.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm telling you, you could really time these shits down. It's crazy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna turn my fan on, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Yes, make sure y'all follow Lovely Soul Empress on TikTok and YouTube. She never misses a day. Okay, she's always there, and she definitely is gonna put y'all on for sure.
All right, guys. All right, so
So
you
we're
was
gonna
like,
do it like this, right? I'm gonna start out with Aries. I'm gonna
okay,
let Lovely tackle Taurus, and we're gonna alternate. So we'll flip it. I'll keep the chat up to date with where we are. I'll pin it to the top, and we'll look out for each other that way, right? And so that way you guys can follow along. And of course, the timestamps are going to be listed in our descriptions and our comments on our personal channels. So you can always skip ahead if you want. Okay. So Aries is up first. Aries, what can Aries expect? I'm going to replace the pen. Okay. When I tell you that the kids in my neighborhood are having so much fun, they are. I'm telling you, I love her.
all right.
I haven't kept up with many people in the tarot community, but Lovely is always going to be that one.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, we clicked immediately, and it was weird because when we had talked privately, it's like we had a lot of the same placements, which is crazy.
Listen, attraction is real. When they say you attract what you are, it's real.
Oh,
And
that's
she has
sweet.
so much wisdom and years, because we're the crazy part about it is we're two different ages, as far as the gap, but our ability to really vibe with each other without changing each other has been like why we be working, we be busy, but when we link up, it's like time never passed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I am a real auntie, okay? Because
Really.
I'm fit.
Yeah.
Okay,
She don't even look at her. She don't even look like it. You wouldn't even know.
okay, but I'm a Taurus like y'all. So for you young buck Tauruses, look, we don't crack, baby. Okay, that's why they be so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Period.
all of that.
Texas said, Kiara said, I'm a Taurus sun, Cancer moon, Pisces Venus, and Taurus rising.
Mm, that's a
Intriguing.
lot of water. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of Empress energy too.
He said she got some Aries in her.
I have an Aries stellium, so yeah, I'd be about to smoke. Absolutely,
That's walking karma right there.
baby.
Better let them know. Okay, so Aries, what can you expect this spring equinox? Aries, all my Aries placements, Aries energy. What can you guys expect? All right, so you guys have birth in reverse. That's crazy how we were just talking about pregnancy. Um, then we have submission. I heard the first thing I heard Aries was rip me out the plastic. I'm acting brand new. Okay. So this is what this is telling me is that um you don't have to crawl, baby. Come on. Thank you for being so considerate, but you okay. Come on. Thank you. All right. That's my Pisces right there. Okay. So what this is telling me, Aries, is it's like you haven't really been yourself. Leading up until this equinox, you haven't really been yourself. You've been like the cage is open, okay? The door is open. You could always leave. Like no one's actually doing this to you. This is kind of like you wanting to surrender, be obedient. Like it's almost like that. You know how Aries get this rap of being hot-headed, like all these different traits. It's like wanting to prove to yourself. Like this has been a you thing, Aries. Like you've been wanting to prove to yourself leading up into this moment that you're capable of submitting, that you're capable of doing something that many people accuse you or say that you can't. And in order to do that, you've kind of subscribed to something, agreed to something, made some type of decision, and that kind of slowed down. Like it's almost like whatever was cooking, whatever was being incubated, whatever you was cooking on the stove, like you turn it on low and you let it simmer. So I feel like you're about to rip out the plastic, Aries, and you about to act brand new. Like you about to really flip the script in a particular area. Now let's see exactly what it is. So you got the moon, the eight of swords in reverse. So you're really about to be focusing really hard on your routine. Okay. Focusing, like you have a one track mind right now where you're not going to be focusing on anything except like your daily routine, what you want to do. I feel like you're really focused on money, like any outside distractions, even if people bring you bad news or they're telling you certain things, it's like you're going to take that information and just be like, well, that's not going to stop my money. That's not going to stop my shine. Nothing, when I tell you right now, Aries, moving forward, is going to be able to stop you. And I feel like you're working underground because something is not quite ready to be revealed. Like you're not quite ready to show your hand, but you are working on something. You've been working on something. You just been moving in silence, Aries. That's what it's saying. Yeah. So what I see for you, Aries, specifically is either this is a new job, but it feels like something that you're good at doing with your hands, something that you love doing. You're about to propel yourself forward, and this is your season. Something about you've already did your full cycle, or rotation. Some of y'all may be working like as a nurse, or there's something about rotation, or your shift is about to change as well. It's giving me specifics about shifts. Some of y'all are about to get a job where you get the shift that you want, especially if y'all been working graveyard shift. Interesting. If you are considering like applying for something, like in the meantime, I feel like you're gonna get. There's also some message coming through about you applying for something and getting approved. That's what I'm getting. And for those of y'all that are in a 9 to 5 sector, it's not really showing up love. It's kind of like you putting love on the back burner. And this is telling me that you really focus on preserving what you have and being patient and calculated. Calculated. Your hard work is about to pay off, okay? But that's what I got for you, Aries.
So I would say that the structure you're talking about, Saturn is in Aries right now, and it's going to be there for like a year. And there's other couple planets that have just gotten into Aries. So yeah, if Aries plays by the rules this year, they get to kind of write their own ticket.
They got the energy check with their name on it.
Absolutely. All right, let me get a deck here. All right, Taurus gang. I hear y'all got a lot of big expectations around here. Let's find out what's going down for y'all.
Oh yeah, I told her about y'all, Taurus.
Right. I'm a Taurus Sun, Taurus rising, okay? With a Taurus, I have a stellium, a Taurus stellium too. So I feel y'all, okay? And I have a Libra moon, so I'm a triple Empress. Okay, so I feel that Empress energy real heavy. Spirit,
Look at Monique. She like,
please tell me what it is that my Tauruses out there need to know for this spring equinox, what they can expect over the next 12 months, what insights you might have for them, what do they need to know, what can they build upon, what could be uh, seen in the next month. Please tell me now. Death card, Scorpio. There's a transformation. It has a lot to do with Pluto. It cost you a lot to get here. Three pages or three people that you shed in the last 3 years for something that is culminating now. And I'm gonna show each camera independently. But you see these three individuals, these were people that were sitting at your table. And these were things that were maybe you were trying to sit at theirs. Maybe you were trying to play a part somewhere else and not your part. But here's Scorpio's death and transformation. It's your opposite sign. Something made you detach. And it's funny because I did a video about this today, right? When Taurus cuts you off, they they do it like a Scorpio, but the difference is they really don't give a fuck about you. Scorpio does it because they hurt. Taurus is like, it's done. I don't care about you. You died. I had a whole funeral for you. Everything.
we picked out your whole tombstone
It's done.
and we laid
Okay.
flowers.
and we laid flowers, and it was over with.
Rest in
Okay,
peace.
rest in peace. Okay, and the misa was held. It's over. Okay, so here's the Ace of Wands. Whatever you let go of, even if it hurt you, that shit is gone and in remembrance. You have the Ace of Wands here. You're going after it full throated, okay? Like passionate. Like I'm going, like when you see the merry-go-round and the kid tries to grab the golden ring, well, you're grabbing the golden ring. The thing is that there's a Three of Cups, there's a main event.
Mm.
There's something that you have to, there's an opportunity that you should not let pass you by. And she keeps passing me by, right? There's like something that you've been trying to do that you're like, I just almost had it. I just almost made the mark. It was almost there. I almost had it, right? It's the Six of Pentacles. It's because you've been spreading yourself too many areas, Taurus. That's what's at the bottom of the deck, right? Maybe you're trying to fulfill this role for this person and this role for that person, and you're trying to do that for your kids and your job and your parents and whatever, right? And the worst part is for the next 12 months that North Node in Pisces, right? You're going to have to realize that that has been your own undoing, your own worst enemy, that you're going to have to buckle down on that one fucking thing, and people could be mad, and that's just going to be what it is, because at the end of the thing, the reward is bigger than feeling disappointed or feeling worried about how people are going to receive if you didn't give them. You always give it. It's your turn. Closed mouths don't get fed. You're gonna fix this thing first, or you're gonna fix yours. Okay, there's a main event coming. Three of Cups. Look at the three fates on the card, right? Don't miss your opportunity because you feel like you always have to be the nice guy for everybody else, Taurus. Would they give it up for you?
Hell no.
You
Go ahead,
already
say it.
fucking
Say it.
know.
Say it with your chest, Taurus. It's okay. Go ahead and have your vent session.
Right.
We
So
know you
I
want to.
Right, that's it, Taurus. Y'all been giving to other people too much. You got to pick yourself first, okay? And maybe they'll benefit from you focusing and getting that final reward, because you know how Taurus is. Once we win, everybody wins. So go ahead and put yourself first, Taurus. That's what I have to put.
That's what you have. Thank you, lovely. Okay. So Taurus, and you know what was interesting too? You know what I heard when you were saying that? Commitment. Right? I feel like Taurus as well is very good at committing to other people, but committing to themselves.
And we
It
could use that as
feels
we could
we
use that to
yes.
avoid.
We look at that like it's wrong. Like to commit to some shit that we said. How many times does Taurus energy be like, I'm not gonna do this shit again. Da, 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 da. And then if it's a higher purpose or if it's a higher cause or if there's more reason to it, we'll be like, okay.
Because we won't do it for ourselves, but we'll do it for other people. But that's what I mean by
Yeah.
us using it as a fear thing, right? Because if you're afraid of success, hold on, Taurus. If you're afraid of success, then you could say that your benevolence is because you're kind, or maybe you're running from success.
Okay. Okay, just a little bit. She caught that just a little. That's true, no, because we Taurus does do that. Taurus will run. And so I definitely feel like Taurus energy is saying, like, this is your opportunity to say, I know what commitment is. I know what it is to make a goal for myself and to not give up, no matter if someone else is asking me to sacrifice my to-do list, sacrifice my goals to see their plans into fruition. This is your opportunity to say, I am committed to my word. I'm committed to my bond. And that supersedes, for me, that supersedes what anyone else needs from me in this moment, in this space. Now, it won't be like that always, but when the spotlight is on you, adore it, receive it. This is your opportunity to receive.
Right, receive them flowers.
Period. Yes, that's exactly what yep. When Taurus, when everybody wins. All right, I think it's Gemini next, right?
Mhm.
All right, Gemini. Let's put you in the chat. What can Gemini expect? What's up, Shao? Hi, Wendy. Hi, Cherie. Hi, everybody on TikTok. We all just joining in. We have lovely soul Empress here. Shout out to all her viewers as well. Okay, Gemini, what can you expect this spring equinox? What new beginnings are coming in for Gemini? I had to clear my throat. All right, Gemini, you gonna lose something. Gemini, you are losing something. I'm hearing a song for you, Gemini. What's that song? To lose, to win again. What's that song? Sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Y'all know that song? I don't know the song, but that's what I'm hearing. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again. And there's a song.
Someone sang this
Yes,
song.
Fantasia. Fantasia. Yeah, I'm hearing that song. So let's see what exactly. Ooh. Now this is tricky because y'all know Gemini energy. A lot of times, y'all can feel like there's voices in your head. Okay, there's a big bad wolf out there trying to come for you. So I feel you with this energy because you trying to show like, okay, play with it. I get it, but see what happened is this is like reverse psychology. The more you try to fight this energy, I feel like what you're not realizing is it's designed to distract you, right? Sometimes when you're meant to let go of something, the energy you'll start to feel as if like people are in opposition or there's certain situations going against you. But I really feel like it's more of a cosmic thing, a universal thing. There is something about a like something that you're doing in excess to the point where it like you're doing it just for the money or you're doing it just for it doesn't have a calling, it doesn't have a purpose. It's more or less I'm just doing it at this point because I don't want to lose. When you get to the point where you're showing up for a job, a person or a place or thing because you just don't want to take a L, there's no value in that. So sometimes the universe will put certain people in our life as a way to push us in the right direction, push us to other parts of ourselves that we haven't explored. And that's what I feel like is happening for you. In this space, when you have this fall, you will rise again. I'm hearing that other song. I'm hearing another but music with you, Gemini. Um, oh, there's a song. What's that song, lovely? I'm hearing what goes around comes back around. What is yeah, but there's another song. The Rise and the Fall. The Rise and the Fall. The Rise and the Fall. What is that song? I can't hear it in my head. Let me see something. Do y'all know what song I'm talking about? It's like on replay in my mind, I promise you. Oh my goodness. I really feel like you're supposed to quit a job. I'm so sorry, Gemini, but that's how I feel. I really feel like it's a job. It's something that you are doing professionally that makes you feel like you can't stand what you're being forced to do, and you're not able to be like you're not able to be your true identity, your true self. And this feels like either it's a new job or a new way of doing things, Gemini. That's just the message is coming very clear. If it's a creative project, there's a lack of creativity. You're bored, Gemini. So you don't feel like you are really able to express your identity the way that you want to do it. And this is like the hate that you're receiving or the backlash that you're receiving is trying to propel you forward for like some type of transformation. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. That's what you can expect. This energy is going to change you at your core. And if you're not meant to focus on the negative part about this, but more or less seeing this as an opportunity to rebrand yourself, start anew. Some of y'all, this is a like a record label or something that you're helping or someone that's helping you. It's like don't look at it in a negative perspective. It's like when you get from underneath this situation, you're gonna be able to do what you want to do, and that's gonna make you feel better. That's what I got for you, Gemini.
So while you were pulling, what I heard is, it's my window and I can't stand the rain. Right? Who is that? Missy Elliott, right? Um, it's like wanting it to do it their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna see what I want to see out of my window, not your window. You know.
But I really don't. So you saying like, okay, repeat that part again.
So in other words, like leaving the job would be because they want their manifestation, their like your collage that you make, they want their reality to really line up with that shit. Like this shit
Okay,
about,
I get it.
you know what I'm saying? Like this shit about, me conforming to this. No, I make the reality. I make the shit. I
Yes,
make it.
control. It's like control.
Right. So I'm gonna manifest it first, and now I want the job that makes me happy, not the job that I'm supposed to be happy because I got the fucking job. Like, no.
It's like a I feel like a really big presence of an ego. That's what I feel. I feel like they're with especially with Aries at the bottom of the deck. This is telling me that someone got a big head, and they
Right.
big head Humpty Dumpty gonna crack. Okay, I don't know who that's for, but you better get off your high horse. You're gonna fuck around and find out.
Right. All right. So who's next? It is Cancer, right?
Yes, Cancer is next. Cancer is next.
Let's talk about. I heard. Let's talk about sex. Strength card.
Ugh.
What are you trying to resist, Cancer? What are you trying to resist, Cancer? Two of Wands.
Try to resist Cancer. I don't know.
Uh-uh. It ain't going. Mm-mm.
This is for Cancer.
It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Look at strength card. Trying to resist a temptation. Cancer might have had a drought. So the drought isn't like the regular drought. Like you might have had people, in the last 18 months, 2 years, but they probably was whack, or they was too short, too tall, too fat, too broke, too. You know what I'm saying? Like just
or or they was claiming to be something bigger than they really were.
right, too. Yes, all those things, right? Um, and you may have said to yourself, she said that on. You might have said it to yourself like in the last 3 months, like I'm off this shit.
Per.
This is crazy work. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm gonna concentrate on me, and that's it. I'm gonna be about my money. If it ain't about the money, right? So strength card, right? And the two of wands comes out, and this two of wands, look at the vampire. He's like, You sure? Because I could give you the world. Look at this card. This person looks good on paper. They probably smell good. They probably you met them somewhere that you was not expecting. Okay, so this could be like you going out on an all girls thing. You was the one screaming to the chicks like, "We're not talking to nobody. It's gonna be just us," right? And and what happens? The guy comes up to you and now he's trying to buy you a drink and you're like trying to play it off, but he smells great and he's buying drinks for everybody because he's smart, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
knows that you're trying to push him away. There's probably somebody else there that is peeping him, but he's interested in you. I'm dead serious. Look at this high priestess cross. This is you like feeling the thing and knowing that something is there, but you're like, no, because I promised that I'm not dating because the last ones was too small, too short, too fat, too this, too that. Like you don't even want to waste your time, okay? But you know that it's not you know that there's something there. This person is also intuitive. They could be a Cancer moon. They could be a Pisces. There's something here where this person is like saying like you protest too much or I can smell your like pheromones, like you're full of shit, like you're acting like you're not interested but you're very interested.
Mm.
Okay, this 8 of swords, it's like you sweat when this person, like they might say little things. It's giving 50 shades. This person might say little things to you to see if you get angry. Okay? Cause like your anger is like it's almost like foreplay. I'm getting foreplay and I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. So this person, the more that you try to try to act like you're uninterested, the more she said, yeah, we argued earlier. The more it's like they get off on it. They kind of like it, okay? They like to see you sweat. They like to see you squirm. Um, and I would also say be careful that this person may be able to read your mind a little. Yeah,
Mm. Do we have a reader reading a Cancer?
yeah,
Is there an intuitive person out here?
yeah. It feels like a Pisces or some shit like that is gonna be on them.
Ari said he was inconsistent. Uh-oh, Cancer.
Hmm.
I always like to say, it takes one to know one.
Right.
So if it's happening to you, Cancer, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to call a spade a spade. I think you're doing it too. I think I think you trying to get this person to show you something, give me something that I can feel. I
Well,
think I
see,
think
I
that's what
was
it is.
the Virgo, but Virgo is the opposite side of Pisces. So Virgo has aspects of Pisces intuitively. It is the high priestess as well. So all the opposite signs, they have the attributes of the other sign.
Because that's their revolvement around the sun, like their life cycle, right?
Also, it's your lower energy, right? So
Mm.
like if you piss me off, I'm a Taurus, I'm
Mm.
gonna show up like a Scorpio, right? But
Yes,
it's just
yes.
without the emotional part, right? Because Scorpio does things because they're emotional, right? Taurus ain't emotional, right? So they just did it because that's how the fuck they felt, right?
Yeah, yes, yes. Yes, it's true. Okay, let me see who's next.
Leo.
Leo. Ooh, you would leave me with the Leos. Leo energy itself has been um I would say Leo is like Leo energy in general. Like anytime I am in my way, or I'm being stubborn, the universe will bring a lot of Leo energy towards me.
You know why?
And they push me in such a way where it's like they bring out the Kraken.
Because you're a Leo South Node,
Yes, and Leo rising.
right? So the South Node is who we were already, who we have to
Mm.
leave behind. So whenever you get stubborn in your old ways, Spirit is bringing you Leo so that you can see the Leo you are being.
Now that's intriguing. And so it's like a mirror.
Yes, yes, because Leo South Node, you were famous, you were the princess, right? So
Yes.
you might feel like I should have my way, right? I have the same
Yes.
placement. I have the same placement. I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know who the fuck they talking to. I'm the queen. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have to check myself every day. I have to be like, listen. So sometimes, like, sometimes I'll just show my hands because if you really, if I'm in my way, if I'm in my way, I have to remember like I'm going to another direction. I'm going to another direction.
Yes, because the Leo South Node will have us like, so what? I'm bougie on a
I'm
budget. I can
royalty. I'm
do what I
royalty.
want to do, right? I feel like crabs today. That's the fuck I'm having.
Okay. And can't nobody tell you can't have crabs because they're in a reality where you're not getting what you want.
Correct.
Okay. It makes sense. So let's
Yeah.
clock it. We're going to clock it today. Okay. All right, Leo energy. It's like the perfect school. What to expect. Leo, I'm coming for that ass today. Okay. I'm going to be very unbiased. All right, Leo, what you can expect. What's up, Uncle? We have lovely soul Empress today. He said he's stopping by to say hi if you never met her. Uncle
Nice.
Speaks. He's a fellow Taurian too. She's a Taurus too.
You know, I fuck it.
Yes. Okay. What's up, Tamika? Hey, Kels. Shout out to Kels popping in, saying hi. We're doing roll call.
Hey, Nay, we're over here doing all 12 signs for the equinox to see what the next 12 months hold.
And right now on our table, speaking of tables, is Leo.
Absolutely.
What can Leo expect? I'm walking off. I'm walking off. I can't. I can't. Listen. Leo, get your shit together. Get your shit together, Leo. Why I gotta be the bearer of bad news? Why I gotta be the bearer of bad news? Leo, okay. I don't know what's up with this companion. I'm not lying because y'all know Leos are stubborn too. They're fixed pace placements. But we got companionship to a lot of bodies, okay, Leo? So we have connections, we have companionship, we have meeting people. Not it's not what you think it is. But the fact that you got health in reverse, the first thing that came to my mind was something is unhealthy for you. Now this could be communication through conversation. This could be someone you have in your environment. This could be from a business perspective. This could be someone you're doing business with that's not really healthy for you. It's coming up in all areas, right? Because we're talking about mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, physical health, you name it. Now, if this is a job, it may be something that's taking a physical toll on you. Okay. Um, Let me pull out my little deck. What exactly is this spirit? This is a karmic relationship. Someone is lying around you. Leo, when you travel or you're away, or this person travels or they're away, they're lying to you. They're dealing with someone else. Someone keeps lying. They refuse to take accountability. They avoid responsibility or something. and they know that they lying. You can't lie to this person. This person, okay, be more specific, spirit, because it feels like you're lying to a lot of somebody's lying to a lot of people. But you got to make peace with someone. Something about you got to make peace with someone in order to get clear passage. It's like, no, if you analyze the situation, you got to make peace with something. If you want blessings or like good karma, you got to make peace with somebody. There's somebody that you need to make peace with. Okay, that's what it's coming. Somebody could be a drinker as well. So this is really giving me a 3D perspective, 3 dimensional. Oh, my Atlanta. Someone here either has a sex addiction, um, when they feel upset or they feel like their back is up against the wall, they tend to like collect people. This is what this is giving me.
Yeah, if you read the chat, someone is saying that they're experiencing that. And this may be ramifications, as I was saying, with the Aries, the Mars going in Leo. If you see the chat, Lewis is discussing um, about
Oh,
ramifications from, relationships.
okay. I just read it.
Right? So this,
Mm-hmm.
and I was saying to you before that Mars was crossing, had went into Cancer for the retrograde, and now it's got to come all the way back and face off with Pluto in Aquarius, and they Mars and Pluto have to have this squaring off on April 17th, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the climax of this fixed, right? And don't forget that Uranus is in Taurus, so we're gonna have this cross in the sky
Mm-hmm.
that's very stern, okay, and it's making us face the music.
Yeah, but this is also telling me like because there's so many people involved, it's also like a test. If someone isn't honest and they don't make peace, not only with themselves but with other people involved, it's gonna be like bad karma. This is like real bad karma.
Because it can spread outwards.
Yeah, it's because it could affect a lot of people,
Correct.
and so the debt is higher with justice in reverse, and so it's like something that has to be, it has to be, um,
Or something you can't make amends for.
yeah, it's like karma, but a part of this karma is to do the right thing as well. It's like a test that is also included with the bad karma, but there's still it's like up to choice. So that's what I'm getting for Leo. Like what you can expect is an opportunity to especially like with seduction and the Queen of Wands coming out, this may be someone trying to get with you or deal with you or be involved with you. And if this person is, if you know something that they don't know, you be adding another body, be collecting another debt. So you gotta do the right thing. Because this next person, it feels like an undoing. This Queen of Wands energy feels like this is gonna be the lesson that takes you down. But that's what I got for Leo.
Okay. So ZP asked, what are we doing? We're doing the eclipse energy and what it's going to bring to each of the signs. Okay. So that was Leo. Let's go into Virgo.
Hmm. I need to use the restroom. Can I put y'all on pause right quick?
Mhm.
Okay. 1 second. How do I do this?
We'll just wait for you. Go ahead. Let's give her a second. I'll give it a good shuffle. Nice. Hi, my loves. Hey, Kathy. Hey, my loves. Thank you for joining us. Hi, everybody. Oh, please read you. We're doing all the 12 signs. Okay, so if you listen to your sign, and as I was saying, and this definitely is on YouTube too, Jamie. As I was saying before, if you listen to your sun sign, if you listen to your sun sign, that is who you are. If you listen to your rising sign, that's who people meet when they meet you. When people, um, let's say your moon sign is how you feel. Your Venus sign is how you love. Your Mars sign is how you fight. Your Pluto sign is how you transform. Okay, and your North Node is who you're supposed to be in this lifetime. Okay, all right. So we're just gonna give her a second. What's the name of my channel? Lovely Soul Empress, just like the sign is. Okay, Lovely Soul Empress. Okay, so we're gonna get one card for your overall. All right, Virgo. So for Virgo, there she goes. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kels. All right, so let me pull the. I was waiting for you to come back. All right. So for Virgo, there's some kind of event, something that's giving you anxiety, something that you've been worried about coming up, okay? Something that maybe you've been thinking about. Let's say you had to go to a wedding, a vacation, a job trip. It could be anything like that, okay? Okay. This event could have happened. You could have, or you feel it strongly as about to happen. You could have had an argument with somebody. This person could be somebody who keeps coming in and out of your life, or somebody who shirks responsibility, or say they're going to do something but they don't do it. Okay, or this could even be somebody who tends to block a lot. You do have a Mercury retrograde going on. You have the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. I feel like you knew something. I feel like this person could have been dishonest, or they could have tried to play in your face. You could have let them go ahead and finish, telling on themselves in some way. And I feel like now this person is in a bind. They have been caught up in something that they were dishonest about. You could have been either laying the trap for them or staying quiet because your intuition told you, but then the proof came out, or like I'm getting like Virgo, you asked a question that you knew the answer to. Okay, you asked a question that you knew the answer to, and you were waiting for the person to tell you something that wasn't true. She said, "I did this today." Okay, Knight of Wands, and she says, "And I saw everything in my dream." Okay, but I kept quiet. right? So the Knight of Wands, this feels like somebody was getting around, all right, or they spun the block, or they said that it doesn't count because we were on a break, or I didn't do anything while we was on the break, but you know otherwise. You have the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person betrayed themselves out of a shot, out of a chance, out of an opportunity that they may have worked on quite hard or traded away something. Like let's say you were on the outs with this person and they said to you, please, I want to make it up to you. Let me come over. I don't have time for that. They're like, well, I'll clean up the house. I'll take care of the kids. I'll cook food. And then when you get home, we can just talk. But they go and they do all of that. But while you're at work, you find out about a lie that they told. So even though they went and they did all this other shit, it still ended up telling on them. Okay? So it's like the universe kind of told on them. That's what it feels like. It feels like the universe told on them, but you had a heads up that that was going to happen already. So when it happens, you weren't surprised. Although this person is going to be upset, okay, because your karma or you're some type of version of them having the face that they can't just do shit and not. It's like covering the sun with your hand and thinking that the sun isn't gonna, touch you. You still won't get sunburn. You know what I'm saying? Your hand is blocking out the sun, but the sun is all over you. Okay, so that's what's happening here. This person is going to be very upset because they blew a shot. Okay, something that they worked for, but they also worked against their own desires. So that's what I have for Virgo.
Mm. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna swap out headphones right quick. And
Okay.
then we're gonna do Libra. After Libra is Scorpio. So I have what's up, Sav? I was waiting until Lovely was done, but on TikTok. Hey Sav. I haven't seen her in forever. But yeah, Scorpio is right after Libra. If you don't follow me and Lovely on YouTube, check us out, Lovely So Empress, and at ttcalling. Okay.
Follow us on all the platforms. We don't even know how long TikTok will really be here. Let's give her a second. Yeah. It shouldn't end the line. We might have to switch, like, hey, everybody. Do I hear and see in the spirit? Yes. I've been like this since I was a little girl. I actually was born with this gift. Okay, you have to reconnect on YouTube. I mean on TikTok. Men have the gift too. So I'm Lovely Soul Empress, and this is Tequila or we should be back in business now.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Except I
Okay,
don't
I
see.
like that one. I like that one. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay, you can see me now?
Let's see. No. Yep. Okay, we're back in business.
Okay, good.
Okay. There we go.
What's up, Robin? Welcome to the channel. This lovely so Empress. This is lovely so Empress. I'm so out of the
It
loop.
can be overwhelming hearing other voices. Yes, you have to learn how to manage that, and you also have to make agreements with your king so that it can be manageable.
And thank y'all for vibing with us as we take
Yeah.
our time. You know, you can always watch it on replay on both channels. Thank you for following Lovely. Hi, Ali.
Thank you guys. And please follow us on all the platforms, both of us. We can definitely use your support.
Okay, so Libra, this is what you can expect, what new beginnings you can expect this spring equinox.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. Libra. So we have you could be you being set free. I'm seeing someone I don't know if this is like a divorce or a separation, but it's something about legally, like you're being set free from something. I don't know why I also heard Libra non-denominational. So if you were a part of something that was supposed to be like non-denominational, but there's still like some religious context that, you know how religion be sometimes where it's implied passive aggressive, but not necessarily directly requiring you to do something. But even if it is non-denominational, those are some of the random channel messages that are coming out. Let's see. Libra. I'm also picking up something about I gotta go with what I see as something. It's talking about something to do with a separation or a divorce, but it's all tied into like some type of shady investment. There may be like something that comes out on like the news because I'm picking up on media, the news station, Channel 7 News. I don't know why I saw that, but I'm seeing here something about shady investments. There may be some type of message that comes out in the news about someone in a religious sector that was, I don't know, I'm hearing money laundering, using proceeds for other things. If you're affiliated with anything, this is part of your work or nonprofit. So if it's not happening to you directly, because it is showing up, like I'm seeing someone sit down, watch TV, and they're hearing about this news, and I see someone shaking their head like, "Ain't that some shit?" That's how it may happen like that, where you may get that message in that way, where you're actually the observer watching this happening from a collective perspective or a worldwide perspective. But it seems like people in positions of power that have control, you're going to be seeing how there's been some shady business. Okay, and yes, this can still play out in a direct aspect. Okay, like if you are in a relationship and this person's controlling, they may get exposed through like a divorce. I don't know why Cardi B's coming to my head.
She's a Libra.
I don't know if she's a Libra.
She's a Libra.
Okay, but I'm seeing her face.
Yeah, she
Okay.
is about to be divorced, I'm sure.
Okay. But I am seeing like something's the final nail in the coffin. What you can expect is this energy Libra is bringing a final nail in the coffin. And you get to walk away from these situations with where someone's going to be paying you alimony or taking care of fucking you. There's something about you have your own money, but the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is saying other people's money. So either it's coming directly from this person or that money is going to be put back into like the economy of some sort, okay? Because I'm getting both politics and religion. So I'm getting household and worldwide. It's giving both messages under the Libra energy. See, community. Some of y'all may even get a house, or you may be given permission to stay in the house, and someone may end up being evicted or kicked out, especially with this legal situation. It just seems like no matter what, if you're wondering, like, oh my God, am I gonna have to like give in to this person's demands and remove myself from a situation because they're giving me no ultimatum? No, whatever this is, it comes in. It works out in your favor, and this person is going. Someone's here is going to walk away from a situation feeling like they lost the best thing that ever happened to them, and they can never get it back. That's what I got for Libra. Ooh, that took me out.
Girl.
I had to pull out. I was like, wait a minute, let me back up.
Scorpio.
Scorpio's up next. Huh?
They've been through some shit.
Who's
Scorpio.
Scorpio?
Yeah, they've been through some, right? I feel like they're the only fixed sign that don't have like a major planet in their house. So it feels like they can't when it goes up against Scorpio, like they can't even defend themselves because there's nothing in that house. Like it's not like the others. Uranus, Leo had Mars, right? Aquarius has Pluto. So what's the
Yeah.
balance on Scorpio? They just get ass whooped, right? That's what it
Again,
feels.
drag. Scorpio getting dragged out here. And you know, I really have a soft spot for Scorpio.
Yeah,
My
Scorpio's very. It's the other side of us. It's the other half of us.
yeah, I love Scorpio. Scorpios is like it's like that, it's like that younger sibling that you just gotta hold on real tight and be like, we in this together. Like get your shit together, okay, Scorpio. That's how I'm feeling.
You know what? We're the younger sibling, but the reality is they're emotionally like they when they get upset and they get that fixed energy, they can become like emotionally childish. So that's why, because we're like more stable, so we have to be like, stop it, reel
Yeah.
yourself over here, like you know.
Put your shit together. Stop acting like that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, and if you're
But
gonna
see,
do
Scorpio
it
don't
like
listen to
this, and
everybody though.
right, no, they
Scorpio
don't.
don't listen to everybody. So if a Scorpio listens to you, that Scorpio respects you. I don't care how much they do not tell you what you want to hear or how much they hurt your feelings. If they listen to you, they respect you. Sag said,
So
I'm dating a Taurus.
Scorpio is being told to work from, their overall energy was the strength card. So it's basically saying that you got to hold out a little longer, Scorpio. I feel like 2026 is when Uranus is going to get out of Taurus, and that's going to make a world of difference for you. Okay, because it's like change through chaos, but that you didn't ask for it. It's not even in your house. Okay, so it's like chaos coming from every other place, and you have no control over it. Okay, so that's what it is, right? So I feel like a little while longer. You did do Taurus already, yes, but you can find it on YouTube or just rewind.
Yeah, I just scrolled the little handle back a little bit. And you come right back to the front.
So you have here the Ten of Wands in reverse. Scorpio's throwing their fucking hands up. Okay, they're like, I'm so burn this bitch down, baby. I'm so tired of shit. Look, it's because they have the Nine of Swords. It's sleepless nights and anxiety. They can't deal with the stress anymore. What's gonna come next? It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Six of Cups. Didn't we almost have it all? Right? It's wanting to go back. If I would have just chose differently, then that could have made a world of difference. Ten of Swords. I fucking knew he was gonna betray me. I knew this shit was gonna happen. I knew it wasn't. But it's from are like the worst things that occurred is where we find out the best parts of ourselves. So somebody that has been putting you through some changes, you're going to be able to like close that chapter. So you have from now till about February to say all the parts or all the things that you really, really need to say. Really shed it because you're not coming back to this energy again for a while. If you don't say all the things, it's gonna be stuck in your throat chakra. Okay? It's gonna be stuck like in your side like a thorn, okay? And it's always gonna be like, what if? What if I would have told them what I really fucking thought? What if I wouldn't have just stood quiet? What if I would have really did what I wanted to do? What if I, really put myself first? It's kind of almost like the Taurus was a little bit like having to put themselves first, but yours is in the spoken, like saying what you really been holding back for trying to be Mr. or Mrs. Nice Guy. Let that shit go. That's what I have for Scorpio. You have at least another year of this shit. Okay, I know you want to burn it all down. Okay, but instead of burning it all down, speak what, say what you really feel. You keep swallowing it. That's what Scorpio is. It's like rough waters, but underneath. And you need to bring that to the surface. That's what I have for Scorpio.
Scorpio, I'm getting for you just intuitively that we've been going through this early onset midlife crisis for a very fucking long time with Scorpio energy. Scorpio is stuck in reminiscing and wanting to say things that they never got to say and speak and communicate to people that they never communicated to because they want to get it right the first time. Sometimes in life, you're meant not to get it right the first time. That doesn't mean that you can't have it. That doesn't mean that you're not meant for the person. That doesn't mean anything. All that means is that it happened. But when Scorpio does not want to let go of some shit that happens, they become the frog in their own throat. And so they won't say what they want to say. They won't say what they mean. Because whatever it is that they're holding on to becomes greater and like a big shadow that supersedes what they genuinely feel in their heart. It creates a heart chakra blockage. It creates all types of, next thing you know, you're going to have prostate cancer. And all types of that. Your balls going to hang too low. Okay, you got to get your shit together, Scorpio. Yep. And sometimes it's okay not to be okay. Because Scorpio be feeling like when they say it the first time, they're supposed to mean it. And that it works at a detriment to themselves.
I also find, I know a lot of Scorpios, I also find that Scorpio, they'll pour a shot of poison into somebody else and literally
drink it themselves. Right? So go ahead. I know y'all. I know Taurus be in love with people. Not Taurus. Scorpio be in love with people, and they be holding back.
Mm-hmm.
They will literally deny themselves water, and it's in front of them, off an ancient old grudge. They will deny themselves oxygen off of an ancient old grudge. And the grudge can be as simple as not doing it right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Or rejected. Don't reject the Scorpio.
Right. And they will literally drink their sorrow. Like literally. Like drinking because it can be passive aggressive, right? And it's like self-punishment.
You feel it. They like to make people feel it. That's Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who we have next?
Sagittarius.
I'm not gonna lie, Sagittarius, y'all low key intimidate me. I don't know why. My sister's a Sagittarius.
I think Sagittarius, Jupiter is like Zaddy because he's like our dad.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
So when you think about it in that way, like we're like sitting on Jupiter's lap, always trying to be the good girl, you know. So we always trying to
not
get.
me. And I think that's what that'd be probably what my problem is.
I don't know. I want Zaddy to be good to me. I be trying to.
Uh-uh.
I want Zaddy to be good to me. Now, me and Saturn, but that might be because of where my Lilith is. So I'm a little bit of a dark Lilith. So there might be a little masochistic Saturn, 50 Shades of Grey there.
What's your Lilith in?
Virgo.
Oh.
So it's the virgin and the whore. It's like what do you want? I can be that. You understand?
Well, my Lilith is in Scorpio.
Okay, so that's very sexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it has that very like
Yes, Patricia. Mm-hmm.
deep vibes, whereas Virgo is more like the girl next door, but she steals your husband. Like, okay,
Listen,
she's on the lawn mowing and Daisy Dukes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yes. Like what's happening isn't really happening, but it's happening.
Yeah.
I feel like my placement is more like, oh, it's happening, but we can pretend that it's not happening for as long as you want to pretend.
She's out there with her little Daisy Dukes and her checker shirt, and she's got lemonade, and you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
She's like, who me? Like.
yeah, yeah. She said she's a Lilith and Aries. Oh,
Oh,
you
you
little dominatrix.
like to take charge.
Or
Definitely a top.
really, since that's like rejection. So does that mean that Lilith and Aries would be like is that like saying no but you mean yes?
Can be. It can be. It's also gonna be like very like Black Widow. I
Mm-hmm.
target my prey. I target like my mate,
Like
right?
praying mantis.
Yes, like I might actually bite him and sedate him so that I can like, have my way with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah, Lilith. But we can understand that because we're Venus in Aries.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Venus in Aries is like I said what I said. Lay down.
So like real quick, right? Is that when you say so like that would mean that if it's rejection, like is that how like so Capricorn would be like liking people that makes money or like to be paid well
With Lilith or
with
Venus.
Lilith. Lilith.
So Capricorn, they need a foundation. So
Okay.
let's say she or he, right, doesn't matter, right, is dating somebody who's kind of wishy washy, right? And then somebody else comes in who's stable, got a good car, like they gone. Gone. They gonna last
Ghosted.
how many fucking years?
Bye. Bye, Felicia. I'm gonna need you to get your shit together.
Yeah, right. That's very what's love got to do? Got to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Look at that. Okay. All right. So Sagittarius energy. What can Sagittarius expect? I feel like I keep shuffling the cards, and I'm like, I'm ready for something exciting, like good news. I keep feeling like I keep being the bearer of bad news.
But you know what it is? This year we're breaking down the rest of the what's left of the cycle, so
So
we
it's like
can
we
be
got to
free.
see both sides, right?
We have to finish it up. So whatever you have been like trying not to do, you will have to do this year.
Let me get a pen. Hold on. Okay. So Sagittarius, I feel like you are about to change your philosophies, your way of life. There's something in the cards for you about switching or converting to something. Okay. And if you, as an energy, have been devout in some type of belief system to the point where you feel like it's made you behave or conduct yourself in a way where you don't feel like it no longer resonates with you, I see you wanting to change your belief systems in order to introduce a new you to yourself. And this is telling me like a lot of limited belief systems, a lot of cycles ancestrally that you're breaking, okay? Generational curses. You are kind of stepping up to the plate like, I'm going to be the one that stops this pattern. And this could be something as small as, let's say, you're a mom, you're in the house, and you typically do all the cooking and cleaning and everything yourself because you're so accustomed to being in control, right? Manipulation. I control everything. I get everybody they know to stay out my way. They know to just don't ruffle the feathers. It's giving very Black Widow a little bit in the example that I'm giving from the perspective of this is my layer, this is my realm. I rule this, I dominate this space, this home, this environment, right? I feel like in this new season of your life, you're like, nope, you can do it yourself. Nope, you can clean your own dishes. Nope, you can pack your own lunch, and everybody is gonna be like, what? Sagittarius, you telling me you're not going to be in control of this? And it's like, no, I break up. I no longer subscribe to that belief system that I must be in control of everything, that I must be the person puppeteering or mastering everything. If you're going to learn and fall down, you're going to fall down today. So I feel like your level of how you interact with people is changing. You're allowing people to learn through failure. Boom. Straight like that, Sagittarius. This is your year where you're born into a karmic family. You may know all the cheat codes to save and rescue everybody named mama, but you letting everybody learn today. So you are healing. You are being a healer. You're just changing the way in which you heal. That's what I feel like. And you're gonna get some backlash. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're gonna get some backlash. You're gonna have people that's gonna be resistant. They're gonna buck back a little bit. They're gonna be like, oh no, Sagittarius. They're not going to say it to your face, but they're going to show you through actions. And now this is where the universe is going to test you, because the universe is going to show you through actions if you're going to give in, or if you're going to allow the mess to happen. That's how the universe is going to test you. Are you going to go clean it up because no one else want to do it? Or are you going to stand 10 toes down on what you said? That's where the opportunity is coming from. And it's an opportunity to do things differently. Okay. I also feel like whatever belief system that you had, where you felt like you were isolating yourself from like friends, family, because you didn't feel in control, I feel like those walls are breaking down, Sagittarius. Like whatever wall you built up to protect yourself like a shell, it's almost like you were taking on Virgo energy, like this hermit. And it was a way to like protect you from people trying to manipulate you or control you or whatever. And I feel like you're letting go of whatever grudge you had, even if it was abandonment, even if it was from family, because this feels real rooted with manipulation and devotion. This feels rooted in your bloodline. Okay. And so you're doing great work. So reluctantly, I see you making amends with someone. Who is this person Sagittarius making amends with? You're gonna be making amends with someone that you don't really care to talk to. You know what this is? It's like Sagittarius been kind of like out of the sandlot. You know, I always describe for those that know me, the sandlot is where we go to play with other people, other signs, other people. We mingle, mix and mingle. You haven't been wanting to go to no one's parties. You haven't been really involving yourself in certain things. And I feel like it has a lot to do with you losing businesses, money, finances, and things like that. And so that humbling season, that's why I was picking up on Virgo energy. That humbling season is over. And now this is an opportunity for you to kind of course direct. And you have some decisions to make. There are some people from the past that I do feel like are still good. They make good money. They're not, it's like saying everybody that you had to leave behind is not all bad. If you had to leave people behind, since you've been gone, people have evolved. So it's like the universe is also challenging you to play with other people that you walked away from, but you don't really understand. I think you're coming around to understanding why the universe is asking you to play with other people that you lost or you had to walk away from, because they're also going to be the people that help you embrace this new chapter in your life and get out of your own way. It's like, let's say, for example, Lovely, you and me had differences of opinion, right? And then you go and you do your thing, I do my thing, right? But the universe asks us to, there's certain things that you may say to me that trigger me, but it's supposed to trigger me. But maybe at the time I can't see it. And there's things that I may say that trigger you, but at the time you couldn't see it. And so the universe is saying, no, I'm saying I don't want y'all to stop dealing with each other. I want you to see that you were necessary to each other in that season.
Right.
Now I want you to build a new relationship, and I want you to show that it's capable and it's possible. That's the plight of a Sagittarius, to find a way to heal even in the process of healing, and to never stop that transformation process.
Yeah, I would even say that Sagittarius's whole existence is about expansion of knowledge and knowledge coming from the ethers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of maturity is not holding on to old grudges. I want you to think about it for a minute, right? There was
33,
a
master teacher.
okay, right? So like when you were younger, you would be like, I hate my parents, right? You know what I'm saying? And there is an aspect of things that our parents did wrong, right? But you really mature when you can see past it, when you can see why they were the way they were and how that affected you, right? That's when you reach your full maturity, right? So that's part of Sagittarius's transformation is the ability to go back and see it from a higher realm, from a different wisdom, right?
Yes.
To gain the greater knowledge and the greater good. So yeah, absolutely, that's going to be part of their transformation. What's good, Pata? So yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would add to that.
Wasn't so bad. Wasn't so bad, Sagittarius.
All right, so that means we on Capricorn. What's good, Caps? Let's get something for this general. Let's do it from this one. From the general spirit, can you show me what Cap needs to know? What's going on with them for the eclipse? What do they need to expect, look out for? What are things that might be hidden to them right now? Capricorn.
Thanks for the roses.
So
Thanks for the
Capricorn,
roses. Sorry.
it's okay. You lost something a while ago. That shit could have been financial. It could have been something, a person, something closer to you. Either way, you were devoted to that thing. I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you were a lifelong teacher, you became a principal right before COVID happened, and then you lost your job, right? You spent your whole life getting to the point of principal, now you can't find a job in that field, right? You could feel like, okay, well, I'm at home working, doing schoolwork online, but I'm not really working with kids. That's what I really wanted to do, right? The moon and the hierophant are here for your, like, your general energy. It was something that you were dedicated to. It could even be a marriage. What's good is the little things, right? It could even be a marriage that you were devoted to, but you have here something, Knight of Pentacles, that you were waiting to come to fruition, wanting to come to fruition, wanting it to be its full capability. Justice and the Two of Wands. I feel like you lost something. I feel like the last year, this could have even been a person. The last year you could have spent trying to make peace. Talking to the moon, this is really giving a loss of a person, right? Trying to, whether it was like I got a divorce, I had a child die, whatever that may be for you. And you may feel like there's the apology you didn't get, or the apology you couldn't make, or the conversation you couldn't have, or the closure that you needed. There was something that was left undone. It's giving Knight of Pentacles. You've been struggling with this energy for a minute. I feel like you may have decided back in January, I'm going to decide to go in a new direction. I'm going to decide to choose to be happy. I'm going to decide to begin again, right? I'm a widow, so I speak from which what I say. When you lose somebody, a part of you dies with them, and then you have to reinvent yourself. This is the reinvention stage. This is the deciding to reinvent after a long time of dealing with something that was very heavy. Okay. And then you have here justice. So when Capricorn, you decide to really, for real, decide that you're going to choose a new direction and that you're tired of grieving what you've lost, you will make justice for yourself. All you have to do is decide that you're ready to see life in color again, to choose to participate in life. I feel like there was a point where you kind of might have felt guilty. Like, let's say if you were mourning a divorce, like somebody could have asked you out and you're like, no, like you could still be wearing your wedding ring. Like you're kind of mourning the relationship, right? You're getting to the point now where you're done, you're releasing that. And now, once you decide fully that I'm ready to open myself up to the universe again, you're going to get justice. Justice card. Could even be a Libra.
Mm.
That's what I have to Capricorn. That's sexy relationship, by the way, Capricorn and Libra. Because Capricorn can give Libra the grounding and the decision making that they lack, and Libra can lighten them up.
Mm.
Likes to be social and be like, you're like a stick in the mud, so it lightens them up. They don't like to be called that, so they will go along with Libra in that moment. They balance each other.
I did not know that. Let's see. You said that very beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
Let me refresh this. Who is this? Aquarius?
Sure is.
Okay. Okay, Aquarius. Okay. That wanted to come out. Aquarius, get excited. Aquarius is like the rebel right now. Get excited. It's like I heard the memorial trumpet blow.
Gabriel.
Okay, so there's the message. Gabriel's the messenger, right?
Mhm. He blows the trumpet too, yeah.
Look what came at the bottom of the deck, rebellion in reverse.
Didn't I say too in the beginning that in the age of Aquarius that 5 rebellions happened the last time? I said that earlier
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. So it's giving me this vibe of like the last being made first type of vibe. And like y'all just been chilling, hanging out, waiting for your turn. And with this being Scorpio and that's the occult, like there's something about like the season of being in isolation is like over. It's almost like you're returning home or you're coming back to yourself or you're coming back from travel. It feels like returning back from a long travel, like back into yourself. You could have been astral traveling, just kind of like in a whole nother dimension, a whole nother reality. But now it's like, okay, now it's time to use all that knowledge that you acquired from the quantum realm and apply it. And you're going to receive less resistance than you were experiencing before in the prior years. This is the year for things to run very smoothly for you because you feel like it's like you're yourself. Like you're going to be thinking less or over analyzing and being overwhelmed, and something's supposed to be moving like on autopilot for you. So let's see what that is. That's what the energy is giving me. It's almost like you knew a cheat code or a way to do something quicker, but so many people weren't ready to receive your intellect. And that intellect was being rejected by humanity. But if they would have listened, you would have, like, you could have taken, it's not that it's a mistake, nothing happens by coincidence. But at the time in which you were able to give it, the time in which you knew it, it sounded like an alien. You sounded foreign. That's what it feels like to me. And so you had to kind of just sit on this. And even so much that because I heard dragonflies, so y'all know how dragonflies mate, right? If too many emperors are being impregnated, like too many feminine dragonflies are being impregnated by an emperor dragonfly, the other male dragonflies will all work together to kill the empress, the feminine dragonfly, because they feel like their offspring doesn't have a chance because they spend like 7 years underwater. So that's a different type of life experience. And so when they start to see that so many emperors are impregnating females and they're laying eggs, um, they all will swarm her as he's dipping her in the water. They all will swarm her and start just like killing her as a way to prevent that level of consciousness, because that the emperor dragonfly is considered like the apex
Right.
of dragonflies. And And so he's like outnumbered. And so she dies. And so it's kind of like those masculines will work together to make sure that their offspring has a chance to survive. Because in the water, those offspring will have like the necessary skills and abilities that the others don't, and they would be.
They're worried about.
Yeah. And so that's kind of like what I'm seeing here is when you show up on the scene, it's like those people come together and they work against you. But there's no way to prove it that they're working against you, but they are.
Right.
But it's like an intellect working to, like an antivirus working to.
It's like the hive mind.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I don't know if this is. I'm getting a couple things here, Aquarius. So we have like an unrequited love situation. Now I don't know if this is like, if my condolences if this is about like miscarriages with Ace of Cups, or situations where you guys have been like on like if you're in some type of relationship where it's unrequited and you guys have been not speaking or not on good terms. I don't feel like something's gonna stick. Now, this is gonna be for those of you that have stepped out, Aquarius, or something like that, or someone you're dealing with, maybe they stepped out. It feels like something is not gonna last, and if you and someone else haven't been talking, I feel like y'all gonna, you know what they say when you go out in the street and you see that there's nothing out there, and then you realize the grass wasn't greener, and so you go back home and you work on your shit instead of running from it. That's what I'm picking up on. It's like whatever, Aquarius be trying to be they like to leave a lot, emotionally detached, mentally detached. They'll be anywhere else. Something's gonna ground you back and make you feel more passionate about doing something or being in a relationship or continuing to work on something. However that plays out, it's gonna be different for everybody. And I think Spirit wants you to know in a lot of ways you may have been self-destructive, intentionally self-destructive, sabotaging yourself as a way to manifest yourself out of it, like wanting the situation to be so bad that you give yourself permission to run. But you're not allowed to run from the situation. No matter how uncomfortable it is or how much you don't like it, you're meant to find the spark back and get your ass back in the relationship, the situation, the job, the passion, whatever it is. Find a new approach, find a new way, but no more running. Not in this season of your life. For however long that is. Okay. All right. And I feel like I don't know if y'all like drive trucks or something, or somebody drive trucks, or they're on a rollout. It's like my shoulders are so tense right now that I don't know if it's from sitting in a certain position for a long time. I don't know if it's responsibility, but someone wants a burden off of their back. And something that used to be passionate, used to be enjoyable, doesn't feel enjoyable anymore. But there's some shit that's gonna happen that reminds you that you got it good wherever the fuck you at. It's like a realize what you have, and all spirits also calling you out, saying that whatever sadness you feel, it's premeditated. It's premeditated. Okay. What is it that you're trying to force? Yeah. Aquarius. You know what this feels like to me? You know when you're trying to like clear space up on your phone, after you deleted everything, you realize you still don't have enough space to download what you want to download. That's what this feels like to me. That's how tense it feels. I just feel like this is the energy of like the days of you being reckless and loud and unreliable or something like that, is this is meant to teach you about commitment. I don't know what it is, but it's something about you need to commit to something and then in this new season. And whatever you're going into this commitment with, going into this season with, that's what you're going to be committed to for like the next 8 months. That's what I got for your Aquarius.
So you know when you were talking about the Aquarius and how the tension on their necks and shoulders and that, and right before you said that, I was thinking that the reason why they're uncomfortable with what they're like the thinking about whether they should go back or not is because Aquarius is always the way they look at shit is like, how do I think I feel about that? Right? It's not in here, it's in here, right? How do I think I feel
Yeah.
about that? Right? And so I think that this season is forcing them with the Pluto and Aquarius to stop asking themselves how they think and how do I really feel. That's scary and new because Aquarius don't know how to do that. Aquarius wants to filter it through here first because they're the king of swords.
That's what came up, the King of Swords.
Girl, bye.
In reverse.
Right, because it's almost when it's in reverse, he's teetering on narcissism because he won't get out of his fucking head.
Yes, he's teetering on narcissism, and in the context of 7th house of partnership and relationships,
He's gonna fuck it up.
and yes, he's gonna fuck. He's gonna literally wait for someone. It's like being there, like gnarling, waiting for someone to bite the bait.
Right.
Like you can start your whole little master plan to get yourself out of a situation, but at the end of the day, where are you going?
Get
Like,
you a Taurus, they will snap you back, okay? She will she gonna yell at you until you know what you feel, okay?
It's like, what do you want? It's like that. It's like Noah talking to Allie. What do you want? I don't know.
Right. She trust. She gonna help you out with that. Yeah.
I feel like this is like, you know when someone's like making all the ugly faces trying to scare you? I feel like this Aquarius energy is going to run across someone in this life, like in this year, if they haven't already, where they're like, you don't scare me.
Oh,
I
that's
know you're trying to run away. I know what this is. And instead of telling them, they just are always there. You know, it's like,
in their face because they have to get out of their head, right? So the forcing them to get out of their head, not giving them the time to respond through thought.
yeah. And they're gonna be like, leave me alone.
Yes.
Leave me alone. Fuck you. I can feel the
Patasa's
pressure.
huge moment. Patasa's huge full circle moment for me. Seeing both of you on screen again, I learned so much from you two. Oh, thank you so much, Pata.
Thank you for time.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. Because I could just see someone that's really like, you know, gives this Aquarius energy to themselves and let them figure their shit out. And then they come back around and it's like, you don't even know what you were mad about. You didn't even know what you were sad about. And then you realize, like, they just up to their same old usual shit, pushing people away.
Pushing people away. Correct.
Oh, Pisces.
Pisces it is. Oh, Pisces, you got so much shit in your house right now. Neptune is on the final degree tonight. Okay. Spirit, show me what it is that Pisces gang needs to know. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars, you can show them what aspects they may be overlooking, what they can't see about it, what to expect for the next 12 months, what may be lurking in the shadows. Can you show me, please? What do they need to know, please? Oh, you got the King of Swords, Pisces. Okay. Pisces' overall energy is trying to decide whether he or she wants to be the Nine of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles, knowing their worth and in a relationship, right? Or single. Now, let's say you are in a relationship, you could be trying to determine the parameters of said relationship, the boundaries of where you and that person, where they end and you begin. What's maybe your finances is separate. There's something here about limitations, healthy limitations, and this has to do with how it's gone wrong in other relationships or other times in the past. In other words, you were in a committed relationship, you might have lived together, this person could have had complete access to your finances and it went off a cliff. You decided, you know what, if I'm ever in a relationship again, I will make sure not to do that. I will keep my finances separate, or I will make sure that there's a portion of my finances that is reserved solely for my needs. There's something that the universe is testing you. If you have really achieved the wisdom to a certain circumstance that kept repeating, it kept coming back through different people or different ways, but it was the same lesson. So now the King of Swords is here. He's a smart ass. He got smart ass energy. Okay, look at the picture and look how he's looking at you in his hand. Okay, I'm showing both cameras and how he's looking at you in his hand. Like he thinks he knows how you're going to respond. He or she. Ace of Cups. Okay, this is like this person is offering you something, but it's on their terms. Okay, it could be Aquarius, but let's say that this person could be an intellectual and they could talk to you in a way that makes it sound like they're talking down to you or that they know what's good for you, Pisces. A lot of times you may stay quiet because you don't like to necessarily show your hand, be emotional. Maybe you've learned that giving away too much information leaves you vulnerable. But the Chariot is here. So Spirit wants to know, with the experiences that you've had before, with a King of Swords like this, and how maybe you got over 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 your head. Can you be in a relationship, Pisces, and keep your independence? Can you be in a relationship and keep your independence? Can you set firm boundaries? Can you have a love experience without losing your head, off with your head? I feel like in the past you have not been able to do that. The question is now, because I told you this person, they're smart. Okay? They're a bit of a smart ass. Okay? So it's almost like they're playing you, like they're testing you. So they're going to treat you according to how you treat yourself. Do you sell yourself short? Because they'll sell you off short too. Okay? If you look like you respect yourself, then this person is going to meet you where you are. Real talk. Look at it again. Look how they are looking at you and examining you. Look at that. They're saying, do you know your worth? Because it's like when you go in to apply for a job. I'm going to tell you. You go and apply for the job and the job says to you, what would you like to make? And you say 20. And really, they were going to pay you 25. But they say, okay. Okay? So this is what's happening here. Spirit wants to know, have you learned your worth yet? And not only your worth, but your worth when you're alone and when you're standing next to somebody. And are you complimenting them or they're complimenting you, baby? Which is it? Are they completing you or are they complimenting you is the question. Okay? Because if you're looking for somebody to complete you, then they get to look at you like this and tell you, what you should think, how you should act, right? Or if you know your own value, then they'll respect what you have to say because you respect you. That's what I have for Pisces.
I don't know about y'all, but my Pisces and Mars received that message. Right? Because my Pisces and Mars, that has been the story of all my past relationships. Yeah.
Right? So it's like you learn your worth when you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you go into the relationship, you learn lies.
What? I'll be like, banana pudding. Like, what in the hell? How did you not see that red flag?
It's not that you didn't see them, it's that you thought you could fix them.
Yeah. And a lot of times, too, in my mind, the way that I envision that person is way greater than what they are.
I would also add that why do you think that you deserve
Even not even the fixer upper. You know what? And here's where the priority of a lot of times they're not fixer uppers. A lot of times they need fixing in the emotional realm or fixing in other areas. But on paper, they fit a certain type of like a certain type of qualification, right?
Of course, because you're a Taurus, so it's got to make sense on paper. Right? It's
So
got to make
on
sense
paper,
on
they make sense. Like they're not fixer uppers in the degree where it's like, okay, this person is completely from scratch and No, you won't even really know. It'd be like the King of Swords energy, intellectual,
yes,
sapiosexual.
Yes.
And that sapiosexual energy is like you wouldn't think someone with that much intellect and that much success would be that fucking.
But they're using that to mask their insecurity and their brokenness.
Emotionally detached.
Right. And that's the other thing, right? If you have like the emotionally attachment style and they have the emotional detached style, right?
Yes.
You're feeding the circle, right? You're feeding
Yes.
the circle, right? But still, before all of that happens, there's this thing about thinking that that's what you deserve. Why?
I don't think it ever really be that's what you deserve. But I never really internalized it as that's what I deserve. More or less, I feel like it's like a curiosity or being intrigued. Not with to change the person. It's almost like I think I like it. Does that make sense?
So I think that I'm trying to put it in a way that doesn't sound.
It's okay. This is
Right?
the truth
But
moment.
let's say that Pisces wants a fixer upper because it makes them feel better about who they are rather than just wanting fucking better. Why do we need the fixer upper? Like, I don't need a project. I don't want a fucking project. I can go get a puzzle from fucking dollar store if I want a fucking project.
Yes, you can. You can get a puzzle and you can knit something. And you can.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can knit some shit together and you can put the pieces of the puzzle together. And yes, that's fun. But there's nobody else to play it with.
But no, not necessarily. Because when you were in your 20s, you had the dream of like, okay, he's gonna come and he's gonna be beautiful and everything's gonna make sense, and it's gonna be great, right? And then you get to like 40. I'm gonna kick y'all some wisdom, save y'all some time.
Yes, save us some. Put it down.
20 is who you want to be. The 30s is for making that happen, and your 40s is for not giving a fuck who likes it. So
Mm-hmm.
when you get to 40, you're not looking for that guy that, or that person that, that is a project that you could feel good about. Oh, see what I did? No, you're not looking for that because you're going to be fucking
Mm-hmm.
tired, okay? You're going to be like, I want somebody where the fuck I am.
Yes, yes.
I want somebody that matches my energy, matches my intellect, matches my journey, matches my growth.
So let me ask you a question. Do you believe that guy existed? That guy exists. Let me explain to you, right? What my what I feel like my Mars in Pisces has concocted.
Okay.
Okay, when the type of because okay, I need a lot of me time. So the guy that's with the ability to be with themselves, to entertain themselves, and not feel neglected or abandoned, but also with the intellectual capacity to hold an intellectual conversation that you don't have to explain shit to, and the the emotional maturity to be able to read the room, read between the lines without me having to
Not only does
explain
he
it.
exist, but his pushback on you will be, remember Leo South Node,
I'm done. I'm done.
right?
I clock out.
So his response to be like, okay, so I made space for all your alone time.
Hmm.
I can hold an intellectual conversation
I'm
with you.
coming.
I can meet you where you are. And yet, whenever you want me to show up, you want me to clock in when you want me to because of your Leo South Node, the queen. And you have to give
Sure.
me the time when I'm ready to come meet you because I'm giving you that. Are you willing to give me that? Because Taurus and the Empress will be stamping like, what the fuck is you talking about? I said now.
Okay, just a little bit, but I feel, I feel like, from a balanced perspective, I do feel like it would be reciprocal. Now, here's where the problem gets. Here's where I think, because if I technically attract that which I am, right? Then the issue becomes, how do I know when I'm supposed to come out of my isolation for them without assuming that they want me to chase them because of my Aries and Venus?
Because you have to make it known, closed mouths don't get fed, and
Mm,
then not throw a tantrum
mm.
until he shows up, right? So like you might have, okay, you know what we do. So we're on here 4 hours or 3 hours, right? My
Right.
man's waiting for me right now, right? When I go downstairs, he could be
Hold on,
watching.
hold on, hold on.
Okay, we good? Okay. So
Can you hear me? No backlash.
no, it's good. It's good.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, so the
Okay, so you
area.
said, so let me example.
Okay, so the example is, right? We do what we do for a living, right?
Uh-huh.
Then he's waiting for us, right? We get off, and then I'm gonna go downstairs. My man's waiting for me. He's probably watching some March Madness shit right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, when I go downstairs, I'll be like, I'm done, and he's gonna be like, all right, it's your turn. Now, if I'm gonna be like, right? That's my spoiledness. I verbalize that I'm available now, right? And when he's ready for his alone time watching the game, he will join me. It's my Aries and Venus that's like, no, it has to be now, I said. And then the Leo Cosmos is like, I said, standing in front of the TV. You get what I'm saying?
Are we having are we having a moment? Like, I don't think you heard me. Yeah.
Right? So that's where we learn. They're saying they hear it.
Okay, hold on. I don't know where the echo's coming from, but I'm gonna swap it out just in case. Y'all still hear echo?
A little. Okay, I think we might be good now.
Right.
But either way, that is us. That's our impatient side. And that's the part, right? So we say that we're available and then we have to learn to be fucking patient. And believe it or not, for as calm as they say Taurus is, we're not patient. We're not. It's a lie. It's a lie. I don't know, at least not the Taurus that I am.
I think that I think that I feel like I was very impatient, and I feel like in a very short period of time of my life, my children's health condition forced me to learn patience. So at the age of 30, I really was like, it was like beat out of me, where I only had two choices. So it was like rapid development, right? To be patient. My biggest, I think my biggest issue now is I have it morphed into having patience, but having low tolerance, which
So
also is a variant of impatient,
that's what I was about to
right?
say.
Mhm.
That the kids thing is different because that's a
Mhm.
goal, right?
Mhm.
Our kids are reflections of ourselves. So we will go to the ends of the earth for them.
Mhm.
Okay. But being patient is like different. Walk behind somebody who's slow and tell me you're patient.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. The problem is I don't have. It's like the type of patience that I have for my child. That there isn't a man that has that type of patience for me.
But that's okay. Woo! So right there, I'm about to say something because
Go ahead. Go ahead.
what you want is a love of a father, and that's a father wound, not a man wound.
And I'm gonna clock that. That is absolutely 110% accurate.
Right? I
That's
know because I
accurate.
have the same fucking wound, right? So I had to recognize that I'm interviewing for a partner, not a father.
Sheesh. Listen, but they always want to be my daddy though.
But that's listen, I call him daddy. When you know what I'm saying, I'll be like, hey daddy, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
when I'm being serious, my voice is different. Just like you have different voices for your kids,
For
right?
sure. For
Right.
sure.
So there's a time and a fucking place, right? But
For sure.
I'm not confused
Yes.
that because my personality is too strong, right? So there came a point where I had to recognize that had he even became that, I would have gotten rid of him anyway because I didn't have
Mhm.
that, right? So
Mhm.
I ain't gonna submit. My Lilith is crazy. I'm not submitting to shit, right? So all I want is like the candy and the sitting on the laps and the kisses, but I don't want the discipline. That shit is not real life. Like so, it's not a real. We're not talking about real shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I had to separate the thing of like what I wanted, the little girl in me wanted versus what the woman in me now needs. Those are two different things.
Yes, those are two very different things. Because I feel like the adolescent in me, be just wanting like, what is all this for? What is all this for? Let's just skip all that. Like let's just skip a couple bases because I mean all that extra.
And pledge your soul to me because I want devoted love. Like that's the Taurus. Like, can we just skip all this extra
Let's
shit?
just skip all this extra stuff and let's just
Sign on the
put
dotted
some make
line.
up. Like, come on, now, just give me
yeah.
your soul, and we can be forever.
Right. I didn't even ask you for any money. I just want your
Yes,
soul.
I just want your devotion.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
it. It's not so much. I'll give it
but
back.
it's delusional though.
It is. It's very delusional, and it's built off of a fantasy that doesn't include, like you said, a partner relationship. And that's why I feel like a lot of messages has been the practice of having a partnership and what that's supposed to look like, whether it's professional, whether it's friendship, just the partnership in itself. I feel like the entire 2024 was about respecting the value of partnership, not ownership.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's a word. And I've been in a relationship for a very long time. And what I say that 2024 taught me was that no matter how long you've been in a relationship, you can give each other the room to reinvent yourselves individually and together if you allow it.
That part.
But that shit ain't easy. You be there clawing each other's eyes out, and then you got to there's like so much shit you got to get to before you get to the point of like, okay, so you can transform and I can transform, and then we can transform together. But there's a lot of shit
That takes a lot of patience because one, on one level, the inner child in you, the person, I'm going to say the adult version, not even the inner child. The adult version of you is going to say, we don't have time for this. The inner child of you is going to say, we can do this, right? And then the future version of yourself is going to tell you how you got to where you want to be. And that is not always how you expect it to be. Because your future. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I would take it even further because there's two more people that are there. So all the
How
people
many personalities we got?
five,
Okay. Oh,
five.
okay.
So you name three, right? The like the mature self, the higher self, the inner child, right? But then there's the masculine and feminine that you've developed and how you view those roles to be, right? So how you think a man is supposed to show up and how your ego responds to said energy, right? How you think your feminine energy is supposed to respond to that. And then he has that too. So in reality, there's 10 people in the room with two people.
So that's 10 plus that's 10. You got yourself 20.
No, it's 5 and 5.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
the
10.
inner child, the shadow, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the higher self. All five at the same time. Both people. This is what's happening. That's a lot. So if you don't work individually, to merge some of this, because if you think about like in psychology when they say somebody has split personality, what's the cure for that? Integration of the personalities. So our goal is to integrate our inner child with our higher self, our masculine, feminine, and the shadow self, right? This is the integration. So like the TikTok filter, when they show you hugging a person in a photo, you're really trying to hug your shadow, you're really trying to become one person. And so the other person is doing that too. So when we meet somebody, when you said, I'm looking for my equal, yes, because you're trying to find that person who's also trying to integrate the five parts of themselves. And then you can say, you know what, I'm not done. And then he says, I'm not done either. But you know what? Let's walk hand in hand, the lover's card. Let's choose to walk hand in hand and transform ourselves individually in our individual mirrors together.
which is why sometimes we're meant to be friends to each other. Sometimes we're meant to be lovers to each other. Sometimes we're confidants. So we really alternate.
Correct.
Okay. This has been very informative.
It has
I love
been.
you. You're the truth. You're the truth. If
Oh,
you're
thank
gonna tell us one thing, it is you're gonna tell you the remedy,
you. Oh,
and
thank you.
I really value that because it's you don't just you don't listen to respond. You listen to integrate,
Yeah,
and that's I
I
think
think
that's
that
it's
we're
hard to
here
find.
for Aquarius North Node. We're here, you and I
Mhm.
both, right, to
Mhm.
help the community integrate what it
Mhm.
is they're experiencing. And because Aquarius is the community, we're to lead the community through that walk without the ego of
Mhm.
Leo South Node. So we're supposed to forget about being the princess, the queen, and be like, I'm doing it now because for the love of the community.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's why we're what we're doing now.
Yes. 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 All of those things encompasses that, right? And when we don't respect another person's boundaries, it's we have poor boundaries ourselves. So a lot of times everything that we want to be for our partners, we must be to ourselves first. Otherwise, we're faking it until we're making it. And is not a that is faulty. It's not going to be a fail safe when you go through life shit, right? When you go through experiences that you have no control over, whether it's a natural disaster, whether it's a financial dip, whether it's cheating, whether it's different things like that. We come to our sacred space to ask ourselves. The more we want to understand our partners, we're going to understand them by mastering who we are first. And even like you said, Lovely, you can do it while you're in a relationship. It will require us to be different aspects that we need to be for each other, but it's still capable. It's still possible um to go
Yeah,
through
I
those
would
growing pains.
yeah, I would say to Damien that um it's not that they're forcing each other, male or female, because
Mhm.
like I said, the five parts, each person has five parts to their personality. And the reason why you enter a relationship is because you're looking to find somebody that you feel safe enough to be vulnerable with and work out your shit, right? So when I said that they're each walking with a mirror, they're reflecting their own mirror in their own shit, right? And the other person is too. It's very rare that both people in the relationship are having the same experience at the same time, right? So as long as they're agreeing to walk together, it's okay if they're having different experiences in their own mirror. The point is that they're choosing to walk side by side and support each other through that experience.
Mhm. That's deep. And I love that you're giving a perspective as someone that has been single on this self-love journey and also has been in a relationship. And so you have a very multi-duplicated perspective around fostering healthy relationships from a realistic standpoint and not just our delusion or our social media perspective of what it's supposed to look like.
Right. Even listen, even the relationships that we have with our children are
Yes.
only expressions of the relationships and the unhealed wounds that we have with ourselves. The fact that your children are specific signs is to teach you shit that you ain't learned. Because you
They
wouldn't
never
have
left.
learned it with no fucking body else. And you wouldn't put up with that shit with nobody else but your fucking kids. Okay?
Hmm.
So that's why we have children, because there's lessons that you wouldn't tolerate from nobody else but your child. I promise you.
Period. No matter how much they get on your nerve, you're gonna stick it out. Unless under the circumstances there are narcissistic parents and there are other things psychologically going on in the world. But when you love, and there's things that you're not confronting, you will get children.
Right. They said we got something for you to
We
work
got
on.
you figured out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so like that's why when I had my son, he's my Pisces, I wrapped up that it's like he was the commencement to that phase of my journey of being with someone or loving someone more than myself. He was
Yeah.
the stamp of that.
Yeah, I have a Libra, okay, which is teaching me how to be fair. I
Mm.
have a Gemini who's
For me
teaching me
too.
how to communicate, okay? And then I have an Aries Taurus cusper
Mm.
who is teaching me how to fight with love, right? Because I know how to tear some shit down,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I had to learn through him how to love greater, higher, bigger, without like ripping it down.
Yeah.
This was different. This was because he was the child that was sick for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to build him and help him. Right? Everything else I had to rip down. Like what? He said, no, fuck that. I get it. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me no. Right? That's always been my attitude. This time I had to be like, no, I'm gonna take care of it. It's gonna flourish. I'm gonna give it water. I'm gonna give it sunlight. I'm gonna make sure that it's pure. I had to be delicate.
Mm-hmm.
So they all teach me.
Yeah, if you put the whole sentence together, if I would say I had Libra, Gemini, and Pisces, so it's how to be fair, communicate,
And be gentle.
and be gentle. Whew. Which is like the complete opposite of my mother.
Mine too. So this is Aquarius.
Yeah, I'm a 60, right?
Right, Aquarius is like I said. How do I think I feel? That's my mother, right? So
Yeah.
that's the opposite, right? So this is uh, astrology will never steer you wrong. That's all I'll end on
Period.
that.
We're gonna end on that.
I thank you so much for having me on your channel again. It was wonderful.
It's been my pleasure. We will do this again
Yes, we sure should.
in the fiery seasons.
Yes, yes, we could do that. Maybe we should do it in Leo. No, no, we should. Well, because that April 17th, we was talking about that, but we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay. All right,
Bye,
you
guys.
guys. Thank you, lovely. Good
Bye,
night, you
bye.
guys. Bye, TikTok.
Bye, guys.
Kiara, Nathan. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, you guys. Hey, Cash. What's up, Tees? Welcome. We're ending the live. I'm going to post the timestamps in the description box and the comment section down below. Probably tomorrow. So it's nice to meet you guys too. If you need me personally, definitely hit me up an email for any inquiries on personal readings and different things like that. And I love you guys. And I'll catch y'all in another live stream. All right, let's see. How do I end this?